Hey guys, my name is Mike Munzing with Munzing Mortgage Group. This is going to be a bit of a busy one. I make these videos for you. We've got a lot to cover this week. Let's jump right in to the rates for the week. Now go over to my website at www.mikemunzing.com. I've got a lot of great information in there, but once again, we're coming into the weekend. Hopefully you're going to be out there meeting with buyers, holding open houses. Print up the rate sheet. It covers the main programs that are out there. Rates for about the third week in a row have dropped just a little bit. You can go over that with your buyers, let them know what to be expecting as far as the rates, and have them call me as well, because there are some other programs out there that we can discuss. They're not on the rate sheet, but you never know. These buyers are needing some very creative programs these days. We've got them. Let's put them together. Let's get them into the home. Okay, the first report that I want to jump into is Stephen Thomas's bi-weekly housing report. You can find that on www.reportsonhousing.com. Now, Stephen is fantastic. He's a statistician. He takes all the numbers for Orange County's listings and breaks them down into the minutia for you, and he really analyzes it. I would highly recommend you subscribe to this report. He goes into a lot more detail, certainly, than I'm going to be covering on this report. But what he comments on in this week's report is that buyers were getting frustrated over the last year or so and had backed out of the market. And in his opinion, let's take a look at this chart. I'll bring it back up on the screen here, bigger, is that the buyers did not benefit from waiting. If you can see on this chart here, this covers, let's see, the historical monthly payments historically compared to today. Today, the median average payment here is $2,504 for the median price listing, and that is $625,000 at a rate of 4.4%, which once again gives you $2,504. Now, you got to go down to about 2008 before you match that up again, where it was $2,593. If you look closely here, boy, the numbers around, let's see, from 2004 to 2007 were just horrific, with a high mark there of $3,665 per monthly payment for a price of about $732,000 back in 2006. It really shows you how crazy things were from 2004 to 2007, but with the current market increases over the last, let's say year or so, it's really increased that monthly payment. What else does he cover here? He covers the inventory. As we know, the inventory has been very steadily rising this year, to the point where over the last 2 weeks, it increased at one of the lowest levels we've seen, only 1%, but it did increase. That's in Orange County. Listing inventory increased 1%, or 52 homes. That brings us now to 6,350 homes. Next would be the demand, what we've seen on demand. That is homes that are in escrow, currently in escrow with a buyer ready to go, and that is really flat over the last 2 weeks at a level of 2,351 homes. And finally, interestingly enough, the distressed sales have actually increased a bit. That's distressed listings. That's up 10%, which is only 26 homes, but it's 10% up. And that is to about 284 homes currently on the market on the distress level. Don't forget, Stephen has some great charts, great graphs. It's a great subscription. I highly recommend you get that. Okay, the next report I want to take a glance at is the PropertyRadar.com report. Used to be Foreclosure Radar, but now the foreclosures have backed off quite a bit. Sean O'Toole up Northern California has really broadened that out. It is a great website. You see the little logo here on the screen. But let's take a look at a couple of the charts he brings up. This first one shows you the monthly trend, and really look over here in September of the, let's see, real estate sales of distressed versus non-distressed. And it shows all the way from 2006 on the far side over here to today. And you can see we had a big dip in the last month, and overall sales in California. You can see that drop down. You can see both the distress and the non-distress on this final line. The same looking chart can be seen a different way here. It makes it much clearer how that top graph has dropped over the last few months, and that is the non-distressed sales have really dropped. And then down below here, the distressed, or actually the short sales and the foreclosures have been very gradual in their dropping. But finally, this is one that's interesting. I really found interesting. If you've been wondering why when those homeowners or home buyers are saying, we really want to buy a short sale or foreclosure, a distressed property, trying to get that deal, this is what's happened with the investors. Those investors are coming in, as you know, all cash, and they are buying up the market. This shows you all the way over here from January of 2007 and then 2008 on. You can see that huge increase of investors buying distressed homes now that the distressed properties have backed off. Once again, PropertyRadar.com, great report, very good information for you to know to tell your buyers and your sellers. Then the final report I want to cover is from my friend Mark Hansen from up Northern California. He's been a real financial analyst, bond trader, hedge fund kind of guy, but he is always a little bit skeptical here. They called him Mr. Mortgage in the past, but he's thinking that, and I have to kind of agree, we've got a housing bubble coming, housing bubble 2.0 as he calls it. Now that, as he says, demand is off sharply. We've seen that. We've got supply is increasing over the year. We've seen inventory jumping, and distressed sales are off sharply as well. And now that the rates have been higher, we don't have the exotic programs. I think as interest rates tend to increase, our investor base, those all cash investors and the others who can now find or will be able to find investments at higher yields, maybe backing off real estate as well. I don't know if this is what's going to happen, but at least it gives you quite an idea. One of the charts that Mark put up here that you really want to look at is that in 2012, the median income, now this chart's kind of hard to understand a little bit, that straight line across is the median income, and that's been about $59,000. But in the last year, the income that that's required to buy the medium priced home has gone from, let's see, down there around $50,000 last year to this year, it's heading up towards $70,000. So the income required to buy the median price home from the state level has really shot up and crossed over what the income level is. That's troublesome. The next chart shows the percentage of the median household income required to buy the median price home. Basically, how much percentage of the income is required, and that went from, in 2012, 31% of the median income it took to qualify, and now in 2013 that's jumped up to about 44%. So such a big jump in 1 year is really going to affect our buyers and potentially affect what we're doing. Now, as I said, I'm here to bring you what I see, so we're prepared for what's going to happen in the market. And one kind of fun chart that I thought I found here on the line as I was looking for good information for you is a benefit for being in the United States. I don't think, I certainly don't qualify for this, but hopefully some of you do. This is what they say, the ultra high net worth income or savings in the world. And the United States is right up there, way blowing everybody off the charts. The next lowest is China, but these are $50 million net worth folks up to $1 billion. You can see United States is much higher than everybody else. So let's find those guys as our cash investors, huh? Let's go sell properties to those guys. I just thought it was a very interesting chart to show you here at the end of the video. Well, hey, it's another great weekend coming up. Once again, you can reach me anytime at 949-689-5626. I've been out here 25 years. I've done all aspects of the lending industry. Almost always done my own processing. I've been very active with my investors. I have a bunch of new investors. So I have all the programs ready for you. Let's not forget that, I'm still here a broker, not a big bunch of levels of management. So I pass that savings on to your buyer. When you think of those direct lenders, think how much office space, management, overhead, all kinds of costs that are related that are getting passed on to your buyers. So my rates are great, my products are great, been out here 25 years. I look forward to working with you and really holding your buyers' hands as they go through this difficult process in this kind of a crazy market still, but let's work together. Well, God bless you. God bless your families. God bless this beautiful country. Let's work together. Call me. I'm here for you. All right. Bye-bye.
Money, 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 money.